Hey everyone, welcome back to Installation 00, and today we head back into the Armory to look at weapons from the Halo universe and analyse them in detail. And in today's episode we zero in on the Banished, on one of the most devastating turret-scale man-portable weapons in employment with the Banished that have seen many UNSC forces, Spartans included, fall victim to. Today, we look at the scrap cannon. Let's begin. The Grenflecht Workshop Meat Shredder, I shit you not, also known as the scrap cannon, is a turreted weapon emplacement designed by the Grenflecht Workshop and manufactured by the Forge of Tiche in service with the Banished. It saw use during the battle for Zeta Halo in 2560. The scrap cannon is a heavy weapon featured in Halo Infinite, used primarily by the Banished faction. It is a powerful makeshift firearm that launches a rapid barrage of large, explosive projectiles, making it highly destructive in close to medium-range engagements. The weapon is notable for its chaotic design and heavy firepower, fitting the aesthetic and combat style of the Banished, a brutal splinter faction from the Covenant. The scrap cannon measures a colossal 80.2 inches or 203.6 centimeters in length. Although it has a crude name, the scrap cannon is a remarkably sophisticated and effective automatic Gatling mortar designed, built and employed by the Banished to defend their outposts and assets. It fires a barrage of violently explosive rounds, giving the target little room to flee or escape. While its ergonomic design is loosely based on the Death Lobber and the traditional plasma cannon, the scrap cannon does not require sophisticated assembler-vats to build or maintain, and instead can be manufactured using relatively simple war fabricator techniques with the raw, bare-bones material culled from human machines. This fact has made it ubiquitous for Banished forces on Zeta Halo, where the requisition of replacement weapons is oftentimes challenging, and even impossible given the lack of supply lines. The cannon's most unsurprising component is its razor-sharp bayonet, used by chieftains to impale any enemy brazen enough to approach them. The scrap cannon looks like a weapon that has been crudely constructed from salvage parts, true to the Banished's scrap aesthetic. Its large, bulky frame is designed to deal damage through sustained, rapid fire. This weapon is most effective against groups of infantry or light vehicles due to the explosive rounds and wide spread of fire. The scrap cannon's continuous stream of projectiles can control choke points or suppress enemies attempting to advance, as it blankets an area with explosives. The weapon is highly effective against unarmoured or lightly armoured targets, particularly when enemies are clustered together. While not as powerful as a dedicated anti-vehicle weapon, the scrap cannon can take down lighter vehicles like warthogs or ghosts with sustained fire. The scrap cannon is not very accurate at long range due to its projectile spread and slow travel speed, making it more suited for close quarters or medium range engagements. Little is known about the exact nature of the ammunition employed by the scrap cannon, aside from the fact that they are high explosive grenades on a 151 round detached system. Each projectile explodes on impact, delivering heavy damage to enemies, but its spread and explosive force make it especially dangerous in close quarters combat. The scrap cannon comes with some significant strengths, such as a high damage output. It deals significant damage per shot, and its explosive projectiles can devastate infantry and lighter targets. It has a very wide area of effect. The spread of the projectiles makes it easy to hit multiple enemies, even if they're scattered. And it also has an intimidating presence. The sheer volume of fire and explosions can force enemies to retreat or take cover. The psychological warfare of such a weapon cannot be understated. It does come, however, with some limitations. It has a limited accuracy at range due to the erratic spread of its projectiles. The sheer weight and heft of this weapon means that the user carrying it, whether they be naturally strong Jurulhane or biologically augmented and up-armoured Spartans, will move slowly with it in their use, and this limited mobility can most certainly backfire on the user. On top of this, it also has an overheating and reload time, which leaves the user highly exposed until it either cools or the reload process has been finished. Unlike other weapons, it cannot be swapped a secondary or sidearm weapon, meaning if the situation isn't tactically advantageous, the best course of action in the event of overheating or reload is to drop the weapon entirely and switch to a primary or secondary weapon to thin out the opposition before picking it back up again. Overall, the scrap cannon is a destructive, powerful weapon that emphasises close quarters dominance and explosive firepower, perfect for players who enjoy heavy artillery and area control in chaotic fashion. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider hitting the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Be sure to like the video if you did, and pop a comment below on what you'd like me to cover next. I just want to take a moment to thank my patrons, Spartan10148, the Metarch of my facility, Falcon, Sylphia, Mikhail, Ashley, Jordan and Esoteric Sight, my dutiful monitors, Darian, Legions Lost, Labrat, Spartan0137, Jacob Kemp, Sean, Element Zero, J3, Mr. Keys, Gunslinger, Evermore, Personal Devil, Aldeas, Toxic, Scion Esports, Gem Saber and Relentless, my diligent sub-monitors, my fleet of Strato Sentinels, my loyal enforcers, and all other patrons who continue to support the channel. If you want your name on the end of the video and some perks earned along the way, head over to Patreon and consider supporting the channel yourself. Big shout out to my Tier 0 Transcendent YouTube members, Spartan137, Jacob Kemp, Talia, Fenrir, Bornstella, Jimbo and Balaz, and all the other YouTube members keeping my installation running on that glorious vacuum energy, with a special mention to the Accursed Hunter. Shout out to John due to the mathematical formula used to determine the area within a pentadodecahedron. Oh, and Lena because that sandwich. And remember, there are tons of ways to support the channel and keep my installation pumping out content at a breakneck speed. Much love to you all, take it easy everyone, and find peace in the domain.